Hi, Jules Blessed Vegan. Welcome to day 88 on our countdown of 100 days to the best version of ourselves in the new year. I hope you're still on board. I know I am. Today I wanted to talk about unknowns and how can we get through an unknown and still be prepared. So, of course, I'm going to reference my students because I was thinking, I remember what it was like when I was little and I didn't know how tall I was going to be, how big my feet were going to end up. Like there was unknowns that were so interesting as a little kid. And so sometimes I see these children's behaviors being drastically affected by things that we can't possibly control. So if the wind comes up, we're going to actually get rain in California. How exciting, right? And so in getting rain, I remember when I was little, kids would be so hyper and so chatty, as are mine now. And they used to say that there were too many ions in the atmosphere, but that's an unknown. I can't control the weather like that. Sometimes because we're in the high desert, it's super, super windy. And I can't control how that's going to also affect them. And also, like yesterday, we had picture day. That was like one more thing for them to deal with. Today, someone pulled the fire alarm and we had an unexpected fire alarm. So those are all little things for the children and a bunch of unknowns. And as a teacher, how am I still going to get them successful through their day? And then I was thinking, well, what about me as an adult? Well, I had some things too. I didn't expect the fire alarm either. So all of a sudden I was like frantically, looking for my emergency folder and my this and my that. And then, but that's authentic, right? Because who knows when a real emergency will come. But also at the same time, I got the thing on my watch, which you may have received on your phone, saying that it was a presidential emergency alert and that it was just a test. And all of a sudden I was kind of thinking about that and I was like, wow, I didn't even think about, the whole country being under an alert for something. Oh my gosh, like my parents had to go through in World War II or something. And then it made me think I'm in the high desert and I haven't lived up here very long and I really don't know the escape route for an evacuation in the event of a fire or an earthquake. It's very limited up here. There's like one-way roads and stuff. So all of a sudden I had all that on my mind as well. And I was like, wow. How can I be successful with unknowns? And one way, of course, as a vegan, which is such a priority in my life, because if I'm eating right and if I know that I'm provided for that way, I'll have the energy to do the other things that come at me unexpectedly. And so I'm so happy that I had a plan today and that my food is totally planned and that I can at least rely on that. And I was kind of thinking, for me, it's faith. I need faith first so that I can even love and care for my family. And then I need to, of course, be eating right so that I even have the courage to get out of bed. Because as a compulsive overeater, I have certainly had times where I have just been eating toxic, poisonous foods that have kept me in a pre-diabetic coma, and I have not been able to function, literally. And like everything people asked of me was too much and just made me angry. I may have said it with a smile, but it was served with a side of resentment. No question. And also just huge, hateful disappointment in myself. Praise God, that is not my truth today. I don't know if you know Fully Raw Christina. She's another great raw vegan person on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. And I was remembering they were having the hurricane and she's from Texas. So she was just like in the midst of it, or she certainly went home to go help. But she was like in Houston and they were having the hurricane and she was crying her little head off, which was so authentic. And she was just saying, I'm so grateful that I'm well because I'm just seeing all these people who can't care for themselves in this situation. And I so get that. Oh my goodness, I so get that. Even if it wasn't vegan or eating correctly, if I was well spiritually, I was able to calm myself down, trust in God when other people were just running around with their heads cut off because they had no sense of God or a higher power. And I was able to say, I know that we're okay. I know that we're handled. I mean, what is the exit strategy? Even if we're not okay, if we end up dead, praise God, we're going to be received by our Maker. So we're handled no matter what. It's not my preference to be dead right now. And to be fair, this life is all I've ever known and the rest is faith. I'm going on trust. So There are always going to be those outside factors that we know nothing about. But if we calm ourselves down and breathe for a moment, we'll see what is it that is affecting us. Oh, the wind is up. My hair is a mess. I can't get my jacket on. I dropped papers. They're blowing in the wind. It's raining. I left my car window down and I can't get to my car right now. There's like those outside things that are bigger than us that we're not even aware are weighing on us. So how can we get in touch with that? Control what we can control, let the rest go, right? At our school, we have this thing that says, do your best and forget the rest. And I kind of try and live by that. I breathe and say, what is my best that I can do? How can I let go of the rest? So share below, where are you? How are you aware of outside factors that are affecting you? Are you doing your best and forgetting the rest? I pray that you are. And if you're not, fresh start. We're still breathing. Every day is a fresh start. So until we talk again, be blessed, right?